it's Brooke, and I'm back at you with some Target tiered trays for Easter. I'm going to go straight into Easter from Valentine's. I will do spring after Easter because Easter's right at the beginning of April, so then you have all of April and May to do spring. So that's how we're going to do it, and I will do some spring Target tiered trays where I won't use bunnies, right, and eggs. For spring, I usually like to do flowers and stuff like that, but for Easter, as you saw in my decor, I like to do bunnies, eggs, carrots, all the fun Easter stuff. So that's what we are doing today, and I did all 5 of my trays. I wanted to do one for downstairs, so I did that one, and then I couldn't resist doing my other circle one, the wicker one, so you get all 5 today. So hopefully I don't speed through them and it doesn't take forever. So let's get to decorating those tiered trays. I'm going to start with my wood circular tray. This is the one I'm going to use downstairs on my end table. And when I do these, I just always kind of go through them with all my decor and just set here and there until I just figure them out. Sometime I will film that process for you and you can just watch me go back and forth from tray to tray as I sit on my floor in my room and figure it out. But for this time, they're pre-made, so I'm just going to kind of tell you my thought process about it. So my thought for this one was I was kind of thinking of my colors downstairs, and they're kind of like green and carrots and neutrals. So I thought this new little jar I got from TJ Maxx would be perfect, and it fits on top or bottom, but since it's a heavier piece, I wanted it on the bottom, and so I just fit that there. And then one of the other things, since that's green, I kind of wanted to use one of my moss bunnies, and so the one that's kind of laying down fit best, and then I put him over there to kind of balance it out. So now I just wanted to fill in around it, and so I have these Target carrots from last year, and I thought those would look cute behind it, but it was kind of low for me behind it, so I just got out some of those blocks that I have, and I just set them back here and set them there, and then I took this one and put it like behind the carrots just to kind of stabilize it a little bit. And then to fill out the rest of that, I took one of my wood egg holders, and I thought that would be cute kind of right there. And then you know how I feel about my fillers and garnish, so I got just a couple of my little eggs from Hobby Lobby, and I just wanted to set them in here. Those are kind of loose on there, so I could probably stick some double-sided tape on them, but they should be okay once it's just setting where it is. I used those, so then I wanted to use one of my little nests I've made. So I just propped my nest up over here, and then I wanted just a little filler in the back, so I just got my little milk jug, my metal milk jug, and I thought that just looked cute in the back. And it's simple, yet some color, but more neutral. So I'm very excited to have this done on my end table. And there's the first tiered tray. We're going to stick with the theme of the round trays here, and I did do this one double-sided, so let's focus on the front side first. And so this was kind of my inspiration for this front side here, and I just thought this would look really nice just kind of sitting up here like this, leaning against the handle. And then the other thing I wanted to use was the little berry basket, I guess you could say, ceramic one that I have. Like if I set it in here upright, you really can't see anything inside very well, so I decided to kind of tip it out so like things were spilling out of it. So I'm just gonna pop in my eggs here. So there's my eggs spilling out, and I thought that these 2 little carrots would just look cute, kind of poking in right here by the bowl, just to kind of fill up the space. I used about every other bunny I had to stick right here, and then in the end I decided that my little tall bunny with the cute ears from Hobby Lobby just fit right in better up there, like with the height and just like the color of everything. So then I did just pop a couple more of my little Easter eggs down in here just to kind of fill up the dead space. And so there's my front side, which you could totally just leave it like this. I think you could add maybe something back here to fill it in, or like I did kind of add this back here to fill it in just a little bit, and then down here you could find another color jar. But I wanted to do the back also, so I flipped it around and kind of sticking with theme of the blue jar up here. And then I really wanted to use my garland that I made for this tray, my Easter beaded garland, which I have a video on that if you're interested in kind of my thought process and how I did all these. And so I just kind of stuck that in here. I have this little sign, and I thought that would just look cute right here, kind of covering up the jar or the bowl a little bit, and then, you know, it goes with the same color. And then I just added a little purple egg over here to kind of fill in that space. I thought you could still see the carrots, but that's not too bad. But I really struggled with filling in this space and trying to cover this up and not make it look funny on the other side. So in the end, I just got one of my wood slices used as a riser, and I just grabbed my Ray Done Happy handle, and I just popped that right there. And you can still see the kind of the back of the sign, but I didn't think it was too much where it would look really odd or anything. And then I just popped another carrot in right here, kind of go with the carrots down here, and there is the back side. I do struggle with these front and back ones sometimes, just because, you know, you pick a thing to go on the front side and then trying to find something in the back that will like complement it and not distract from it sometimes causes me some issue. So I would have been perfectly fine just like leaving the front one and maybe filling in like a little over here and maybe the blue thing. But if you have a place where you can see it 360, I wanted to show you what else you could kind of do to fill it up. And so there's that one. On to the next round tray. So for this one, I really wanted to use this pink jar and then this Happy Easter pink sign were kind of my two things to get some pink going. And this does fit down here, but you kind of gotta shove it. So if I had like a smaller pink jar would work, but it fits. It just kind of gotta shove it in there a little bit. So I just set that, it's where it's staying, I guess, off here to the side. And then of course I wanted my little Happy Easter leaning against the handle up here on the top. And then it was just a matter of filling the rest of it in. So I took my little gray check carrots that I made, and then I just filled those in the back. And then down at the bottom, I tried all sorts of things. I had this little bunny, and then I was like, well, I need something over here. So I went to my trusty Target birds and filled him in. And this doesn't want to stay up very well for me, but I still felt like it needed some around the bottom. So I grabbed one of my little egg succulents here and filled him in, and then just carrots. You know, they're one of the best fillers for Easter in my opinion. Carrots or eggs, right? So I just stuck them down there, try to get the bunny so he's not hiding the bird. So there's my bottom, and then I thought my top definitely needed a little fill in here. So I put my egg here. Just a blue speckled egg. And then I had this little bunny that I thought would be super cute, and it's just a little white ceramic bunny, but he kind of is small and then he tips through those cracks. So I just grabbed one of my like little bitty baby wood slices and propped him up on that. And there's my little white wired tray. I just love how it's like very pastel. We brought in like the corals, the oranges, the blues, the grays, the pinks, and then my cute little ceramic bunnies that I just love. So there's another way you could do one of these Target trays. Next, I have my black wire mesh, and this is one of the first trays I did when I was working on these. I wanted to use a sign on here just because it's like long and they fit on here really nice. I have this sign with the blue truck and the carrots. I got this off of Etsy, and I just love this little sign. I have used it on my big cheer tray when I did like my carrot patch a couple years ago. And so I just decided to kind of set it in the back rather than putting it in the front like I did kind of for the St. Patrick's Day one, and then fill in the front rather than the back. And so I just have these carrots from Hobby Lobby in their little 3 bunch, and I thought that worked just nicely kind of sitting here. I don't think it like covers up the truck too much or anything. And then of course I just grabbed some eggs because they're excellent filler and just put the eggs down in here. And I also really wanted to use this bunny I have with the turquoise polka dots that match the truck and the little cotton ball tail. So I put him up here. Wait, I'll put him right here. But I knew I needed something else, and then I found my little sisal bunny with the carrot, and I thought, you know, carrot truck, that'll work just perfect. And then I wasn't sure if like all the bunnies and the different types of bunnies looked good on the top, and I did pop a little egg in here. But the more I looked at it, the more I just liked it, like with the different textures, the colors that match, him and his little carrot with the carrot truck. So I wasn't sure at first, but then the more I had it like this, the more I really just thought it was nice and simple and just cute. You could put something kind of behind this to prop that up there a little bit. So this was kind of struggle. And then once I figured out I wanted these bunnies, it just came together super nice, and this sign. So this one's just kind of a weird tray for me. Like sometimes I struggle, and sometimes it's just super quick. I don't know. We have 1 tray left. So I kept the house tray for last, and when I was doing this house tray, I really wanted to use my new bunny measuring spoons and that little basket that I picked up. And so I put them in here, and I did grab a little piece of foam that they came with just to kind of help prop them up a little bit, just so they would stay. And then I thought my basket maybe was a little empty, so I grabbed another one of these succulent eggs, and I just popped him in there. And it doesn't fit on the top, so I knew I had to have it on the bottom. So I just kind of set it over here on the bottom. I did tie that raffia through the holes. It just had a plastic ring. I tried to do it without the ring, and they kind of fell all over. So I just did grab a piece of raffia from some packaging and tied it together just to kind of hold them together a little bit. So just be aware of, depending on the container you're using, you might want to keep the little plastic ring on them. And so when I was looking at this, I also wanted to use this little bunny jar that I have, and I thought that just looked cute up on the top here. Kind of gave it some contrast with the pinks, and so this is kind of where I started. And then I was just looking at my collection of stuff, and I got this new little bird container, and he's just so cute, and I couldn't resist. So we're gonna set him in there, and then you can kind of see his tail here and his little nose. And then I needed to find something on this side, and I wanted something kind of taller to kind of balance that out. So I went and found my little stuffed bunny that I have that just sits nice, and I thought these colors looked well with the turquoise and the yellows, so it all kind of flowed together nicely. But then of course I thought the top was too plain, like I always do. So then I grabbed my beads out like I like to do, and I struggled and struggled to get them up there just the way I wanted them. So let's see, I can recreate this for you. And I thought the tassels were better on this side just because the basket is a little emptier and that has a little more dead space there. I don't think I wanted them to have that much hanging. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. So there I just added a little bit with my beads up on the top like I like to do. And I thought the little bird cup needed something in it, so I did stick some paper in there. Otherwise you have to use so many of your things. Or you could use a sack like I like to use. So I just positioned some of those plaid carrots in there. They'd come in, I've used those on most of my trays this time. And they're just a nice little Easter thing to give a pop of orange and carrots and fun. Then I still felt like it was maybe missing something down there. So I just took a little bitty sprig, eucalyptus I think it is. And it's just a super little tiny one. I tried to use more full ones, and then it just covered up the cuteness of the basket and everything. So I just wanted a little touch touch of greenery. So I just got like the littlest sprig that I had and I stuck that in there. And I think it turned out really nice. I like how it balances. I like the little extra touches that I was able to put in there. I love how the like little measuring spoons and the succulent are sitting in that basket. That was just, when I put those in there, I was like, yep, I gotta use these on the house. That's just what I want to do. And putting this beads up here around that bunny ear really helped me like get this situated better, because I was trying it all sorts of ways and it was just making me crazy. So there is the last tier tray. I will always list the dimensions of all 5 trays down below. The 2 circle ones are the wood and the basket weave one are pretty much exactly the same for dimensions. And then I have the other 3 also listed. So if you're ever curious on that, I'll have my playlist down below of all my other Target tier trays, because even though it might not be that holiday, you can get maybe just arrangement ideas and just kind of how you balance it and everything, ideas like that. If you are new here, welcome. I've had a fair amount of new subscribers and I'm so happy and glad you are here and watching my videos. If you've been here from the beginning, thank you very much. You're the reason I am doing this. Still, I hope you got some motivation and inspiration for Easter. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.